Hello everyone and welcome back to another round of Spellhold Games presents Tuesday Night Legacy, where we get to show off the best format that Magic has to offer. My name is Eugene and I'll be your commentator for this round 2 from April 5th. On the left we have William playing his black-white D&T list, a little bit different than the typical D&T list, but he gets to surprise us every week with all sorts of different additions. And on the right, we have Jack playing his Ad Nauseam Tendrils Storm list. So let's see if the taxes can out-tax the combo deck. Let's get started. We're going to have William starting off on the play here. Turn 1, Aether Vial. Always a good start for the Death and Taxes deck. Even against combo, you never know when an instant speed creature activation is going to be useful. You see Jack bringing in the Underground Sea, already tapped, knows what he wants to do. It's going to be a Preordain. Get a little bit of card selection here. Looks like Jack's got a pretty stacked hand already. Infernal Tutor, LED, drew into a Brainstorm. William just playing that Wasteland, blowing up the land and putting a counter on Aether Vial and says pass. We see his swords in his hand. Not sure what anything else is though. Back to Jack here. So trying to keep that mana under control is a good idea for William, especially if he didn't really have any other plays, since you want to try and keep that Storm player off of their mana as much as possible. The problem is that they have all kinds of mana accelerants that they have access to, like Dark Rituals, Cabal Rituals, things of that nature. So we see Jack going here for another Underground Sea, tapping it. And can either do the blue or black mana. So he might be doing the Brainstorm. No, he's got the Dark Ritual. So he's up to 3 black mana. Lotus Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond. Up to 3 Storm already. 3 black mana in the pool. Going to fire off the Infernal Tutor. So he can either reveal a card from his hand. Nope, decides to crack the Lion's Eye Diamond instead. Looked like he just had some cantrips and a Veil of Summer. So this is going to get him any card from his deck, and he's going to go for the Ad Nauseam. So Ad Nauseam, he's going to reveal as many cards as he wants off the top, and basically take damage for each one of them. Doesn't draw them, just reveals them and puts them into his hand. Yeah, so this is one of the main ways that Storm can generate enough of those 0 or low converted mana cost spells to get them up to 10 spells for the 20 damage if they go for Tendrils of Agony right at 10 spells. So flipping over, taking all the damage here. It's just off of the recording. Sorry about that. But it looks like, I think Jack goes all the way down to 3 here. And I counted up the amount of cards that he puts into hand, and it's 13 cards that he gets off of this 5 mana spell. Pretty good pretty good return for that. And he does have the Tendrils of Agony in there, so he doesn't have to do any more tutoring or anything like that. He can just fire off all of these mana accelerant, throw down that Chrome Mox. Jack was actually doing the math right there, because he's already played the land for turn, so any more mana that he's going to generate has to come from these cards. So I think the Ad Nauseam is resolved. He just hasn't put it in the grave yet. It's going to start with a Chrome Mox into exiling Thoughtseize, and then casting Thoughtseize, Thoughtseizing himself to get up to... I thought he would have had to get up to Threshold, but I'm not entirely certain. There's the Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal into Cabal Ritual, into Tendrils. And I think that's exactly 10 spells. And William with the activation of the Vial, putting the Mother of Runes into play. So he would have lost 20 life here, and he did lose 20 life here. But that Swords to Plowshares on the Mother of Runes brings him to 1. So William gets to stay in this game. Jack has a couple things in play here, but he definitely was expecting to win right there. So kind of backpedaling a little bit. Got to make sure that he has more resources in order to stay in this game. I'm not entirely certain how many Tendrils of Agony he runs in the deck, though, so he might have to find a different win condition. We see a Ponder go off. And the other thing is that Tendrils of... or not the Tendrils... Oh, well, the Tendrils brought him back up to 21 because he actually drained his opponent. So William lost 20 and Jack gained 20. So he's not really in a bad position for life. And William just barely clinging on here. We see a Volcanic come in, 2 mana, Lion's Eye Diamond, crack the Lion's Eye Diamond, Burning Wish for a Grape Shot. Grape Shot's just going to deal 2 extra damage, and William doesn't have another play to stop that. So going on to game 2 here. We see a Leyline of the Void as a before game condition, or pre-game action is what those are called. And so now Jack does not have access to a graveyard anymore, as every card that would go to the grave is now exiled. 2 mana for a Stoneforge Mystic. Think we grab Kaldra Complete here. I don't see why not. Try to end the game as quickly as possible if I'm the Death and Taxes player. Yep, that's what William's going to grab. So next turn he can drop that Kaldra into play and it can start cracking away at Jack's life total. See another Ponder from Jack. Might be low on mana, or he's just doing it beforehand to get some land out of his hand. He did draw into that Underground Sea. So go ahead and puts that down. Just passes. We see the Stoneforge Mystic attack. So some kind of trick up a William's sleeve here, because could have activated for 2 with the Karakas and the Scrubland to put the Kaldra into play, but instead holds up the 3 mana. What is it going to be? Jack thinking here, deciding what his best play is going to be. We see him go 2 into Infernal Tutor, and we're going to see William Windmill Slam this Opposition Agent. So because there's still cards in Jack's hand, the only card that William can search for is the Cabal Ritual, because that's the card that Jack reveals. And so he grabs that Cabal Ritual, and unfortunately here, we're going to see that this play was so amazing that it actually crashed our camera. Right there. So unfortunately, we don't have any more footage of this game. I don't actually know who the winner is either. I was trying to contact the players earlier. So once I do, I'll go ahead and drop that in the comments and let you guys know who actually won. I'll let everybody know who won. Thanks for joining us in that tragically cut short game. We will see who the winner is soon. And if you want to know either of the deck lists, please check out the description of the video where both deck lists are going to be, and also an invite to the Discord if you haven't already joined us there. Please like and subscribe to these videos, and soon enough, round 3 will be up, and it is Blue-Red Delver versus Blue-Black Doomsday Tempo. See you then.